Hey everybody, Batmerk here. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing Conan Serpent War number 3. I've been behind on the reviews for a little bit, a lot of stuff going on, and got a campaign I'm building up for my comics, so yeah, I'm trying to do some more videos for y'all. But yeah, just so you know, this book, spoilers, it's a little crazy. It's got a lot of the Robert E. Howard characters, Dark Agnes, Solomon Kane, and Conan the Barbarian with Moon Knight thrown in. Um, Basically, like there's this dude like laying in bed in North Texas, and there's this serpent like god that's like channeling him, and he's using him as like a conduit to uh, channel all these different heroes through different dimensions and times. So you have the Robert E. Howard characters and Moonlight too. So they're trying to find all these artifacts to resurrect this dark god. So now I think they just need like a bracelet or something like that. But yeah, we start out right here where Conan the Barbarian and Dark Agnes, they're on the like trails of this like cult right here. It's a pretty cool like splash page right there. You got Dark Agnes and Conan. So taking out these draconian cult, these serpent cult followers. Yeah, she goes stabbing one of them. This one's got some pretty good action in it. You got Conan right there swiping another one down. He's dropping them. There's lopping another head off. Yeah, a lot of action in here. Yep. You got him knocking some skulls together. He's running another guy through. This book's got a lot of action in it, so it's definitely pretty entertaining so far. Then Dark Agnes blasts another one. Yep, indeed. So they take one of them as like a hostage, and then they basically like take them on a trail to the hideout, the stronghold, this like serpent headquarters. And they get in there and they take a couple more of those henchmen out, still on the trail. Then you jump over to Solomon Kane and Moonlight. They were going over to Italy, or Italia at that time. He goes lopping another head off. It's pretty crazy. Then the Moon Knight's just helping the homeboy out, stitching him up, you know. And this right here is probably like my favorite scene in the book. So you have these two in Italy, and they're talking about going to break into this like this temple right here, and this story's like arc is coming to an end. They're about to go in there, and yeah, they're about to break in, and then you travel to another time period even further back, Stygia. You have Conan and Dark Agnes. It's like the same exact page as the other one, but just switched to a different time period. So, flipping back and forth, you have Dark Agnes and you have Moon Knight. See, they're up on the roof right here. They're up on the roof right here. They probably did a lot of like copy and paste on Photoshop. Or maybe not. Then you have this right here. They're on this roof. And then they're running through here. So it's kind of cool. You have this shot right here. And this one up here. Right there. And then you have them coming here. And then that right there. And they're lined up about to go in. They're lined up opposite, about to go in. So it's pretty cool. Those are my two favorite like compositions. I like seeing stuff like that in comics. Just the storytelling. They go in there, having a little fight. And then basically they show down with the this big like on the Conan side. He ends up fighting like pretty big like a little like group of these followers, and then on the Moonlight side you got Solomon Kane and him. He's throwing one of his moonarangs. Kane just swiping the stick in half, and then there's this big like serpent ogre type dude. He's like, too late. And then right here you see a sequence going around. It's pretty cool. So then at the end, it kind of I don't want to get busted by the copyright chronicler. So at the end, basically spoilers. They're about to basically find that the serpent, God, he's gonna wake up and he's gonna show them, what he's really made of. And yeah, I think it's a pretty cool book. I like seeing the two different time periods. Could be a little bit better, but it's entertaining. It's got action. It's got gore. It's pretty fun. It's got some interesting storytelling, like in comics. I love how comics are, a different form of multimedia. With comics, you're going to get something different. You're going to fill in the blanks in your mind, and the pictures in your head are going to populate things that are not on the page. You get that. Again, that's why I love comics. Like when you watch a movie, you play a video game, you read a book, you read a comic, you're going to have different forms of of experiences through the multimedia of what comics are. So yeah, and it's good to see Solomon Kane. I like seeing him in a book too. And I'm not just going to just say that just because he's just because I'm there, but or just because he's there in the book, But I think it's a pretty decent story. It could be worse, and it's pretty fun. So the Conan Serpent War, I definitely recommend checking this book out. And give it 2 horns up. And yeah, folks, I got this this campaign I'm working on right now. It's for my book. It's called Butch Cleaver. It's a supernatural horror western fantasy. This is my Indiegogo right here. This is some of the stuff. If you want to sign up for the email, I'm going to be going live with this in either the spring or the early summer. Thinking maybe May, June, or July. I haven't figured it out yet, but it's definitely going to be one of those 3 months. You got Butch Cleaver right there. He basically has the power to manipulate bone on a molecular level. And he was murdered, and he's brought back to life by a voodoo hex, and it gives him the power to, again, weaponize bone. And he's trying to solve his murder conspiracy, trying to figure out who murdered him. Butch was a bad guy. He was a bad butcher. And so now he's using this chance, to redeem himself and try to become kind of a good guy. But what do you do in a town where everyone's bad and there's, you're a butcher that has power to manipulate bone and make weapons and all kinds of stuff? What kind of villains are you going to face off against? So that's the type of stuff you're going to be looking for in this campaign. I'm going to do it as a 48-page graphic novel, perfect bound. That's the goal I'm aiming for. And it's going to be part 1 of a 3-part story arc. Yeah, so if you want to come check that out, I'll have a link in the description. And as always, folks, thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit that like button, ring that bell, and we're going to have daily content here on metal, movies, and brewskis. Have a great night, folks.